Hello, Guardians, and welcome to episode 285 of Destiny Massive Breakdowns. As it has always been, I am your host, Kid Kutcha, and I am here today with a brief holiday special. I've got some thanks to give, some news to share, and then I'll let you all get back to enjoying what is hopefully a very, very pleasant weekend off, at least for those of us here in the United States, where this is a major holiday weekend. For those elsewhere for whom this is just another day, nonetheless, I appreciate you, and I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful day or weekend or whenever you happen to be listening to this recording. I am, boy, where to begin? Where to begin? I previewed this last week on the show. It lets you know that you don't want to miss this episode or the next one because we've got big news coming, and that is the case. That is the case. The hard part is knowing where to start. So let's do it like this. Let's start with some very exciting news. Some news I think is going to get a lot of people hyped. Destiny Massive Breakdowns. It's been a one-man operation for most of the year. You know, for a long time it was myself and Mercules, before he went off to the legendary fields of Bungie Land, and I've had a rotating cast of guest hosts on the show since then. All kinds of folks from all corners of the Destiny PvP community, bringing you insights and information. And I'm very, very pleased to share that format will be winding down, at least in terms of it being the main format of the show. There are a couple of reasons for that, not least of which is the fact that it is a huge amount of work on the back end. This being essentially a one-man operation, of course, I'm responsible for all the scheduling and recording and making sure everything's done on time. It's a lot of work. I'm not trying to complain. I'm simply acknowledging that this was a motivating factor in changing the format. This is something that has been coming for a while. That reason has been on my mind for a few months now. So what's going to happen going forward is that Destiny Massive Breakdowns is going to have multiple dedicated hosts who will be on the show most weeks, if not every week. There will perhaps still be occasional guest appearances by insightful members of the PvP community. However, that will no longer be the primary format. That's kind of been an experiment. This year's been a departure. It's been fun. I think we've all learned a lot. And so I'm very excited to announce that there will be two new hosts joining Destiny Massive Breakdowns next week. If you're a longtime listener of the show, these are voices that I know you are familiar with, and I can't spoil it. That's right. I'm starting the show off with a cliffhanger. You're going to have to tune in next week. It's very exciting. Patrons, of course, are going to get this news a little bit in advance. They'll get this news before next week's episode airs. They already know that something's in the works. Patrons listening, hopefully you've caught the news on Discord or on Patreon. If you want to be ahead of the curve, that is something that's available to you. Obviously, you can support the show through Patreon or just by sharing the show with friends and family, leaving us a review. There are a lot of ways to help get the word out, but patrons are the ones who get ahead of the curve. And get info in advance. So that's where we'll be sharing this news first. Okay, two new hosts, voices that you are familiar with, folks who are very successful PvP players, bring energy, excitement, and a strong background in the Crucible in Destiny 2. Cannot wait. I hope I hope you all are as excited as I am. I've been chomping at the bit to share this news. So I can't wait. I kind of want to just tell you now. I kind of want to just spoil it, but I'm not going to. All right. Come back next week. It's going to be friggin' awesome. Okay. Now, I mentioned one of the reasons that we are making this change is that having guests on is a lot of work, and it is. It's definitely a lot of effort in the background. However, um, this might have taken a little bit longer to happen if that was the only reason. There's another catalyst, a major catalyst that has driven this to happen now, and I have to say that this would not happen without the incredible support, encouragement, motivation, insight, and input from thousands of Guardians on Twitter and reviews in Discord, through Patreon. Just there have been so many folks that I've heard from over the years, interacted with, that I have learned from, that have driven me to be smarter, be better, and it's those folks that I want to say thank you to in this episode, because I don't think that this would be happening right now without them. So thank you. Here's what's up, Guardians. I will be stepping back from hosting Destiny Massive Breakdowns after next week's episode. Next week will be, at least for the foreseeable future, my final episode of Destiny Massive Breakdowns. And that is something that, as I say it right now, I feel it in my heart. It hurts. This has been a labor of love. Doing this show for 6 years now. This is my 285th episode. And I want to keep doing it, but I can't. Many of you know that I was recently laid off from my full-time position, and I've been looking at my options. I have been doing some work on my own time to sharpen some tech skills that I kind of already have the fundamentals of. And I've been looking for opportunities to take my career in tech in a new direction. And that's happening. And it's happening because I received an offer to work as a contract tester with Bungie. And I accepted that offer. So for the next 12 months or so, hopefully longer, but at least the next 12 months, I will be working with Bungie's test team to help make the game better. And that means that I can't, unfortunately, participate in the Destiny community in the way that I have been. I cannot be publicly saying things because I can't speak on behalf of the company. I'm not authorized to do that. This takes effect at the end of November. So, gosh, it feels kind of real now. I saying this as I record this episode right now is one of the most bittersweet. No, not one of them. This is the most bittersweet experience I've had in recording this show. I hate to leave. I hate to step away. But I don't think that there's any world in which I could fail to pursue this opportunity. Yeah, I'm just really grateful for it. I'm grateful to Bungie for the opportunity. I'm grateful to you all for helping me to gain the knowledge, the skills, and the insight needed to hopefully go and do a really fantastic job. And I'm really it's sad for me personally to step away. I think there'll probably be a lot of folks who have kind of gotten used to hearing my voice, such as it is on a weekly basis. And whether or not it's sad for them is perhaps an aesthetic judgment I'm not entirely qualified to make. But I will say it's sad for me. But at the same time, I am incredibly excited for what the future holds. I know this, as I mentioned, it's a contract position. It's not permanent. Uh, it may be that I don't stay at Bungie long term, in which case there's a possibility that I come back to the show at some point down the road, and I come back with new insights and uh, a renewed excitement for the production game. Could happen. On the other hand, maybe I stay there for a long time, and maybe I never come back to the show. And on the one hand, it's sad to leave behind something that's been such an incredible journey. But on the other hand, yeah, I would do that. I think, I think y'all listening can understand where I'm coming from. Okay, all right. I think everybody listening probably also has a lot of questions about what this means for Destiny Massive Breakdowns as a show, as an umbrella of shows, as a community. And on that front, I have great news. As I led in with, we have new hosts coming to keep Destiny Massive Breakdowns, the show, alive and well and kicking butt for y'all. So that's fantastic. Now, there will be some changes. I already mentioned we'll have dedicated hosts as opposed to rotating guests. In addition, the show will be, at least for the short term, going to a 2 episode a month format. And that is to accommodate the fact that the folks coming in to host the show, they've got their own things going on. They have not been hosting a weekly podcast for years the way I have. And so we're going to feel it out. And 2 episodes a month is something that works, that we can keep going to keep the show alive, to keep bringing awesome PvP content to you all. So I hope that you stick with them. I hope that you support them and show them the same love that you've shown me. And I think you're going to get a really phenomenal episodes if you stick around. Maybe even better than what I've been bringing. That's how good I feel about this. As far as the community goes, Destiny Massive Breakdowns as a community is not going anywhere. The D2 science community has and will always have a home on the Destiny Massive Breakdowns Discord server. It remains as active as ever. It's a hub of activity for Destiny players who want to learn, who want to test, who want to share knowledge, and that will always be the case. For as long as this game remains active, that will always be the case. Patreon continues to support this show and to support Podcast versus Enemies and Beneath Twin Suns. For the Star Wars fans, Mercules and I will continue hosting Beneath Twin Suns on an as convenient basis, and we'll try to get those episodes out weekly when we can. We're very excited to talk about Andor, and those shows will continue. Podcast versus Enemies is not going anywhere. It's going to continue. It's going to keep getting bigger and better. And we're going to keep the whole thing alive here. Keep it all going. The show must go on, folks. What about the spreadsheet? The spreadsheet will also remain up and will continue to be updated. It's supported by the community, and data from the community has always been key to keeping the spreadsheet accurate, up to date, and useful for Guardians. If you haven't visited recently or downloaded a new copy recently, you're going to want to do that. We've just added some phenomenal new features. In addition to completing updates to add the rate of fire affecting perks functionality and to the archetype time to kill calculator and comparison tool, I've also added damage reduction and overshield slash bonus health slash healing. So you can see how all of that stuff will affect the time to kill for any given archetype or exotic. Um, all right there on the spreadsheet. It's up, it's live, it's functional. If it's broke, I'll try to get it fixed before I start, or make arrangements for it to be fixed afterwards. Obviously, hit me up. But yeah, so all of this is going to continue. All of this is going to stay alive, and it's all thanks to you, Guardians. It's all thanks to you. All right. Uh, as I mentioned, this is going to be a fairly short, little special episode. So to wrap things up, I've got some messages from patrons that I'd like to share. Patrons that these folks reached out to me following the news, and I was looking for some stuff to share on the show, and so we're gonna do that now. And I'm gonna start by reading out a message from Cody, or Creamy Code, some variation of that, as he's known in Discord. So Cody writes, I want to start by just saying a huge heartfelt congratulations on your new position at Bungie. In my mind, that is the ultimate goal of being in content creation in Destiny, and I could not be happier for you and more proud to play a part in this wonderful community. I have made so many good friends as a result of the podcast and community, and being in the Discord is a great experience daily. I'm very thankful for the friendships I've formed with the community you have created. They've played an amazing part in my life and in my mental health. One of my favorite memories was on the release weekend of the Duality Dungeon. I wish I had more stats, but I spent all weekend playing with so many patrons and members of the community. This is where a lot of my friendships in D&B formed and continue still. I ended that long weekend with over 20 clears of the dungeon and put over 5,000 kills on Witherhorde. Cheers to you, and cheers to many memories like this in the future. Cody. Thank you, Cody. All right, we're gonna go ahead and play some voicemails that I have from some other folks. So let's go to the first one.
Hello, my name is Tired Poseidon. I wanted to start this off as many will and extend a huge congratulations to you, Kutch. It's really great to see the podcast that I've supported succeed in such a way where both of the original hosts get hired for the game that they can't stop talking about. For me, my favorite episode was Clear When You Asked, and that would be episode 216, the accuracy episode. There's a lot of great information in there, and I still reference it to this day when I hear some dynamic sway reduction slander. Again, thank you, Kutch, for everything you've done for the Massive Breakdowns and Destiny communities alike, and I can't wait to see where Massive Breakdowns goes next.
Hey guys, it's Hio from the Discord. Just wanted to say that I really appreciate everything that you guys have done for this. And that's to Kit, that's to Merc, that's to the PvE cast, Impetus, Court, Kabir. I've been listening since episode 160, and this podcast has gotten me through a lot. This community has gotten me through a lot, and I just like to say thank you guys for that.
Hey there, my name is This Moment, here to share some thoughts about Massive Breakdowns and what it has meant to me. I started listening to the podcast about 2 years ago. Back then, I was an absolute noob when it came to Destiny knowledge and was dead set on thoroughly learning the game. Destiny Massive Breakdowns was a major catalyst for that. Listening to the podcast every week, I picked up so much. Weapon perks and why they're special, how sandbox changes can impact the game, what makes stats meaningful, and so on. This led to finding the Discord with its huge wealth of information therein, and I was hooked. I'm so thankful for everything I've been able to learn, but more than that, I'm thankful for all the Guardians I've met and the friends I've made along the way. There's so many kind, passionate, and generous people here. It really speaks to what Merc, Kit, and now the PvE crew have created and nurtured. A positive force for knowledge and community. With that, I want to wish everyone a happy holidays. Cheers, y'all.
Hello, it's me, Bryce Aroni. I'm the Sweet Business Guy. I've been with D&B for about a year and a half now, and this community, these people, the hosts, everyone, it's been an absolutely fantastic time. And while the community will live on and the science will continue to go on, it's going to be sad to see Kutch go. I just hope that this podcast continues to be a pipeline for bigger and better things. And I look forward to see what the future has in store for everyone. Good luck, Kutch. We all believe in you.
Hey Kit, it's Rock DC. Just getting my voicemail in just before the deadline after the announcement. I can't remember when I started listening to the podcast. I think it was sometime late in like 2020-ish. It was ironically more helpful to me as a PvE main because I wasn't that confident. I didn't have that big knowledge base for PvP, and I needed help filling in the blanks. And I really, really appreciated your quantitative approach to weapons, looking at the stats and how some weren't worth looking at over others and such. I started to get involved with the community a bit more after our spreadsheet started catching on there. I really, really appreciated the community. It was nice, even as a lurker at first, it was nice seeing all the testing happening and how collaborative things were and how thorough some people were. Shoutouts to Mossy being the hardest worker ever. I don't think without that community that some of those questions necessarily might have been answered at all, or very worst would have taken a lot longer to get there. I really wanted to thank you for bringing so many like-minded folks together for so many specific topics, and it's just a nice environment for it. So thank you. And while you didn't end up being our Destiny podcast host as always, like you like to say, I really hope for nothing but the best for you, your family, Mercules, and the PvE podcast crew. Thanks for everything.
2D here. Kutch, Merc, and their guests and all my friends in the Discord have helped me improve my play, my appreciation for the game itself, and most importantly, my appreciation for the community. D&B will forever be an all-time great.
Poseidon, Hio, this moment, Bryce, Rock, 2D, thank you all for your messages. Cody, thank you for the email. I was going to try to respond in between each one, but I don't really know what to say. It's been just an incredible privilege to host this show for as long as I have, and to get to see so many phenomenal people come together and create a community that doesn't need me. And that will long outlive my my active participation in it. And I'm just that right there is the achievement I think I'm most proud of, is that y'all don't need me, haven't needed me for years. So thank you. And just as we wrap up today's holiday special, I'm going to go ahead and I want to say a big thank you to all of our patrons. There are a lot of folks that support this show, and without which this show would probably have been ended long ago, whether because things sometimes cost money that isn't always there to spend, or just because it might have felt like I was talking into a vacuum at some point, might have started to wonder why I was doing it. But thanks to reviewers and patrons, I've never had to ask, is this making a difference? Is this worth doing? You guys have always let me know that it does make a difference. It does matter. So, very specifically, and we'll start with the newest patron first. Thank you to the following. Thank you Darwin, 1809. A Wintry Mix, Akuxis, Adam's Down Boy, Admiral Rob, Angry Wino, Apollo, Aspiring Warlock, Barney Killer, A Trenchcoat Full of Rats, Box 72, Boosted STX, Brandon the Bard, Bryce Aroni, Kane, Caller, Cardboard Crack, CB Scruffy, Chemical Pie, Chuck Lizzie Clown, Chuck the Slice, Clancy 5000, Clegmere, Conquer King 420, Court, Dalem, Dana Chase, Decolate, Dingle, Dirty Disc, Dishonored Halo, Dr. Quasar, Donk 2015, Dorukai, Dr. Downhill, Pure Fire, Eggs in Bed, Emmerich, Fishy Hank, Flashbolt, Friday, Free Select, Fusion Catalyst, Geek Nuts, Goliath, Game Shark 94, Geolocating Shark, Giraffe Hat Stand, Go To Energy, Gofres, Goodfella, Groniod, Grey Bandit, Halidor, Hio, Human Target Joe, Herc, Liari, Inhuman Mewtwo, Irresolute, James B22, Josh Beast, JCLL, Jay Keist, Johnny Five Alive, Judo Dad Joe, Kaiju Wolf, Catnip Smalls, Kay Sim, Keldon, Kraken, Krellian, Libble Squibble, Liebeck, Lord Skull, Malefic Torment, Malros Jade, Manic Derek, Martian Bar, Marvin 30, Matchstick, Maybe a Crook, Imblo 78, Mike Blaze, Mitch Amazing L, Mizaki, Monks, Monogrim, Monte Cristo 345, Moonlight, Inquasi, Nod, New Chemist, Old Man Lucid, Orcus Verona, Osty, Polsey, PSN Raw Shark 99, Rain Healer, Raven, Rescue Herc Driver, Revanchism, Rock Opera Jr., Rock DC, Ross Ting, Saint Kabir, Sam 93, Sellout, SF Goblin, Shadow Strike 623, Shep 705, Shuriyama, Sir Sneaky Tomato, Skywalker 2905, Slaggy, Slingblade, Sodak Joe, Stoical Zebra, Super Say, T-Dot, Taigen KSU, Tankacito, Turpin, The Coming of Tan, The Darth Raptor, The Lurch, Tiller Kofu, Tired Poseidon, Tor Kalan, Trader Joe's Orange Chicken, Trashabama, Drillside, Troubled Walrus, Unknown V Soldier, Vault Hunter, 57, Van Holden, Violet Shadow Arc, V This Is Home, Warbird XBL, Wave, Windchill Runner, Winnie the Boo, Exploder Gem, Wyan Mech, Yoda's Buddy, Yogarine, Zaxatron, Monkey Boy, Zuzu Scene, and so many more. There are a number of other Guardians who give anonymously for whom I don't have Discord tags, but I see you, I thank you, I appreciate you, and I truly I can't say it enough how much it means that you've stuck with me through all this time. I'd also like to throw a special thank yous out to our sponsor Guardians. These Guardians are our patrons who give on a truly massive level. Thank you to Askian Monk, A Solitary Bird, Binary Wolf, Black Hammer Tech, Deacon, Shazzle, Starscream, This Moment, and ZenSoCal. Okay, Guardians. I hope that you've enjoyed the 2022 Destiny Massive Breakdowns holiday special. I will leave you with this. My dear Sentinels and Behemoths, Sunbreakers and Defenders, Nightstalkers, Arkstriders, Gunslingers and Revenants, Stormcallers, Dawnblades, Voidwalkers, Shadebinders. This is my 285th episode. Alas, 285 episodes is far too short a time to podcast for such excellent and admirable guardians. I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. I have things to do. It's off for too long. I regret to announce this is the end. I am going now. I bid you all a very fond farewell. Peace.